Hey there, Mama. Welcome to class. Welcome to your practice. Let's go and start your practice today with some awesome stretches and really gentle ones. If this is your first time to do a class with me, welcome to class. I have props here with me. I have blocks. I have a pillow. Feel free to put any props that you have there with you on the side, just so it's easy for you to grab them whenever you feel like you need it. I'll be showing you some options for today. If you don't have blocks, maybe thick blocks, or throw pillows. If you don't have this, maybe thicker ones, maybe 2, 3, 4, anything that you have there really, just so we can find every pose that we're gonna do today as comfortable as we can. That is something that we will be prioritizing for today's practice. So without further ado, let's go and start your practice. I have a pillow here with me. If you feel like sitting down on the floor is not an option for you today, we're gonna take a seat here on our pillows. So maybe blankets also, 1 or 2. Up to you. Give yourself some space to ground down. Maybe sit down like this. Or if you really don't feel like sitting down on the floor is an option for you today, go ahead and find yourself on a seat, on a chair. Yeah? So I have here my easy sitting pose or my Sukhasana, flexing my feet and then taking my knees there on top of it so that I can support my knees if this is not an option. Maybe blocks. Put them on each knee, or the pillows that you have or the thick books that you have, put them here. If you feel like your knees aren't really doing good if you sit down like this, yeah? A lot of options. Anything that can support you in your journey for today. So find pillows or bolsters. You can also do this seat by leaning towards a wall, just to make sure that when you lean on a wall, it's just your back and your hips are there and your head is not leaning, because when you do that, it tends to trigger that your body wants to go and doze off or fall asleep. So we don't want to do that, but rather we want to be present in our body when we do this. So once you're ready, find a good seat. Take your hands on your knees. Maybe a few wiggles on your hips, on your shoulders, just to make sure that we're gonna do this as effortless as we can. Now you have an option to gaze forward. Find one focal point in front of you, something that's not moving. Doesn't have to be the screen, doesn't have to be with me. Or soften the gaze towards the top of your mat, or feel free to close the eyes. And just notice how you breathe first. So at this point of your pregnancy, I will suggest that if you do have your breathwork practice, and if you have been doing this before, to not hold your breath in between your inhales and your exhales. You want to make sure that we're breathing more intentionally by taking a good deep inhale and longer exhales. This one alleviates us from any stress that we may be having throughout this process, throughout this journey. And it somehow allows us to be more calm and be more within our body as we take care of our baby. So soften the face, relax the shoulders, give yourself permission to be here in your present moment, in your practice. There's a lot in our minds and our hearts right now, so give yourself really the space and time to be one with yourself. Soften the face, relax the shoulders. See if your hips can gently feel heavy and soft, and navigate it towards the center of your sacred space, as we say. Normal breaths first. And then at this point of your practice, navigate all of the senses of your body right now. See if there's any tension in the neck, in the head, in your face, in your shoulders, your arms, your hands. See if there's anything in the belly, the back, your hips, your legs, your ankles towards your tippy toes. Acknowledging all the tension and all the sensations our body allows us to ground down in our present moment. Come back to the inhales and the exhales, maybe equal amounts of inhales and exhales. That is already good enough. Allow the breath to really release any tension. That's something that you won't be needing for today's practice as you find yourself taking care of your body, of your mind, of your heart. If you want more, we're gonna try a breathwork practice, something that you can also use within the day, even if you're not seated in a yoga practice, something that can allow you to remain calm, allow you to be one with your body if everything is happening too fast or there's just a lot in our hearts and our minds. Let this be something that can be a priority when you are in that moment. Whenever you're ready, inhale and exhale first through the nose. And then slowly seal the lips shut. Let's begin. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale through the nose. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Big exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep breathing in this kind of your rhythm. Allowing the face to soften, allowing the shoulders to relax. Allowing every single part of your body to gently just stay soft. Soften the belly, relax all of your legs. Notice if you can be with this rhythm as you gently glide through your journey of yoga for today's practice. Take your right hand towards your heart and take your left hand towards your belly, towards your baby. Maybe setting some clear intentions for today's practice. Something that can guide you through as you make mindful movements for today. Knowing that you're not just taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your loved one, the one you hold so dear. Allow these intentions to not only feel the love in your body, your mind, your heart, but also the love for your baby, its body and its mind as well, and its heart for sure. Slowly, once you're ready, bring awareness to the eyes. And on your next breath, begin to open them now. Welcome yourself back to your present moment. Take your hands on your knees. Shake the hips, shake the shoulders if that was too much or if that was too long of stillness. If you did that, maybe come out of the wall if you did this on leaning towards the wall, and then find yourselves here on your seat. If you're still on your chair, this is also fine. Let's do some neck stretches first, because of course you can do this on a chair, even standing, yeah? So take your hands preferably on the knees or maybe onto the sides of the chair if you're seated on a chair. And let's find our chin to your chest first. So grounding first, chin to chest. Doesn't have to be too much. Allow your shoulders to stay down. Your scaps here are down towards your hips. Feeling this nice long stretch at the back of the neck. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, come to the rhythm of the breath, the one that you have set up for today's practice. Soften the face. Maybe look towards your belly, how it's growing. Maybe fast, maybe slow. Maybe it's kicking already there. See how that feels. And then slowly, once you're ready, begin to rock in semicircles as if you want to press your ear to the shoulder, but you want to do this really slow. So whenever you do your neck stretches, even if you're not doing the full yoga practice, doing this within the day or before you start your day, you want to do this really slow. You can open your mouth, you can close your eyes here, navigate the breath in those spaces in the neck that you don't usually open up. If you're more open now, you can go a little bit farther, maybe be leaning back and then gently coming to your chest once more with your chin. So really making sure that you want to do this slow. Pair it with a breath so that we can make it the most relaxed that we can, not just some mindless movement. So breathing in and breathing out, releasing any tension that there is. If you're ready for more, go and lean to the back. Shoulders stay down. Go back center and down. Go to the opposite side. You can also breathe out through the mouth if you want, making sure you're not holding the breath here. If you have been somehow lying on the bed or sleeping at one side, your neck tends to be stiff on one. Give yourself permission to be soft and navigate how intense you want to be on one side towards or comparing it to the other. You want to be more compassionate about your body at this point of your journey. Once you're ready, come back center, open the eyes. Once you're done, roll the shoulders back and roll the shoulders forward, making sure nothing is painful. Now we're gonna go deep into that. So if you're still on the chair, right hand to the side of the chair, or if you're here on the floor, maybe spider finger here, left hand will go towards the back. This is already good enough. Maybe your left hand will ground onto to the wrist like that. Keep a soft bend on the elbows if that is one thing that you might want to do. Or maybe find a strap or a long towel, place it on each hand so that you can find a good bind. If you have some more, left hand will ground onto the right arm, and then your right hand can be beside the hip. Yes, something like this. Roll the shoulders down and back, ribs are still in. We're not curving the back here, and then slowly take your right ear to the right shoulder like that. Doesn't have to be too much. Soften the face, look forward, or soften the gaze down to the nose or to the top of your mat. Notice how this opens the left side neck. Yeah? This is already good enough. If you want some more, nod a yes with your head still tilted, or nod a no, nose to the shoulder and nose to the sky. Yes. So again, navigating your way, pairing it with the breath again. See if we're holding the breath. Notice if you can exhale more, deeper inhales. And then once you're ready, come back center. Let's go do this on the opposite side. Release the left hand, take it to the left side hip, left side chair or spider fingers. Right hand will bind to the back. Maybe it can meet your left wrist or maybe your left arm. Roll the shoulders down and back. Keep a tall spine. And then left ear to the left shoulder. Notice which one side is more tight. Other might be too open or both of them are open. That's good. Maybe this is one way to discover how you want to sleep later tonight. If you're leaning so much on the left, maybe you can lean in towards the right later. Nod a yes, still tilted on the head, or nod a no, up to you. Soften the face, keeping it with the breath. If you feel like you're choking in your saliva, make sure you open your mouth and really ground into how much you can be more present in your body today. Releasing any tension, any space there that we haven't touched. Maybe you can ride with the breath. Go there and release the knots that are in your neck. Probably this is also from the stress of the journey that we're having. Yes. Once you're ready, come back center and then release. Shoulders roll forward, shoulders roll back, up to you. Awesome. Now let's do some side stretches. This is one thing that I really like doing, especially if you're already feeling some tension in your low back, in your hips. This is one thing to release. Let's go and try. Right hand to the ground, left hand to sky. So you're gonna feel the side body open already. somehow internally rotate as if your palms are gonna look towards the center to the midline. You can feel the stretch on your lats. Lengthen first as you inhale. Then as you exhale, you're gonna bend that right elbow so you can dip towards the right side. Yes, if you feel like your left knee is coming up, plug it down. If you feel like your left hip is coming up, push it down. Use your right hand to navigate how you want to press more into the hip so you can lengthen the left side body. Expand more in the left lungs. Keep looking forward, or if you want, you can close your eyes, up to you. You can keep a bent elbow if that is good. You just want to make sure that you're lengthening more. Breathing in, nothing too much. Breathing out. Last 4, 3, 2, yes, last 1, you got this. And then let's release. Come back center. Let's try this on the opposite side. Left hand down, right hand reaches sky. So palms are gonna look towards the midline. Feel this length here on your lats, on your side body. And then once you're ready, slowly dip towards the opposite side. So if you feel like this one is more open, go do more. If you want, if this is too tight, go and take a step back. Press the right hip down to the ground. Visualize expanding more in the right ribs. Soften the face. In for 5, 4, 3, 2. You got this. Last 1. And then release. Come back center. And then relax. Shoulders roll back. Shoulders roll forward. Awesome. Now we're going to do some twists. So if you are in your second trimester, you don't want to twist so much because this might be painful or something that is not good. All right. So you want to twist not more than the limb that we're twisting to. So say, for example, we're twisting towards your right. You don't want your belly towards more than that leg. Yeah, so just here. You want to feel the stretch first on the back instead, rather than lengthening or feeling that your front would be not good, really. That's the thing. All right, so left hand to the right knee, then slowly right hand to the back. Spider finger, maybe far, maybe near. You can grab a block or your thick book so that you can find leverage there if you want. Yeah, nothing too much. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, lead with that back shoulder to open your heart. You have an option if you want more opening in the neck to gaze towards the back shoulder. This time it's my right. Eyes of the elbows of the right hand, gently looking away towards the back. Maybe close your eyes here. Again, since we're relieving any tension on your low back, you can also play with your pelvis here, tilting back and then tilting forward. See how that feels. Yeah. Notice what needs more stretch. Notice what needs to take a step back. If you have been sitting for a long time, this might feel good. Last 2 here. Last 1. And then let's release. Come back center. Let's try the twist on the opposite side. So maybe reach your hands up first. Feel the length on the side bodies, and then exhale, twist. Right hand to the left knee. Left hand reaches back. Inhale, feel tall through the crown of your head. Exhale, peel that left shoulder open to come to a twist. Again, nothing too far. Belly still in line with that left leg. Nothing too forward or nothing too much. Gazing at the back, up to you. Eyes of the elbows of your left hand, left arm is looking back. Again, option to tilt your pelvis back and forth. See how that feels. Again, if it's not working, don't do that. There's something that we want. To honor your body and your journey, not anyone else's, but yours. See if you can be one with your body as it navigates its way to all of the spaces that we don't usually move. Soften the face. Notice how you're breathing. Are we still in the rhythm, or we did another pace? See if you can deepen on the exhales. Last 2 here. Last 1. And then slowly let go. Awesome. Releasing anything. Come back center. Rolling forward and back. Let's go to your all fours position. So leaning on, so extend both of your legs. If you did this long, you can shake, shake, shake. If that was too long of a seat, plant the feet to the side and then slowly go towards your hands and knees. Release any props that you use. Assuming that you've done yoga before, you know your tabletop or your all fours position. Hands here. Shoulder distance apart, open the fingers out wide. Hips will stack onto the knees. If this is not an option for today, or if you want a little bit more help and support on your wrists, on your knees, you can double the mat, plug it from the outside to the in. Yes, like that. Or find your pillows towards your knees, maybe blankets, do that. Up to you. Anything that will find yourself in the most comfortable position ever. Let's go find your cat and cow whenever you're ready. So instead of your cat and cow, when you usually do it when you weren't pregnant yet, it's really mostly crunching on your core, right? This time, we're not going to do that. We're going to focus more on tilting the pelvis forward and back and really lengthening the spine. Yeah, so no crunching on the front whatsoever. Let's go and give that a try. Inhale to your cow, pelvis pointed to the sky, heart will reach forward, open gaze above the horizon. You can open your heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, tilt the pelvis towards the floor. Shoulders will widen to the side, so imagine your scaps or your shoulder blades coming away from each other. Maybe chin will come to chest. Notice how that feels at the back of the neck. Let's do that one more round. Inhale to your cow, pelvis pointed up to the sky, belly releases, opening the heart, gaze above the horizon. Exhale, pelvis pointed to the floor. Widen the shoulder blades, use your hands to press the ground away, chin to chest. One last round, just like that. Tailbone up, heart opens, gaze above. Exhale, tailbone up. Pressing the hands, inflate the back of the heart, chin to chest. On your exhale, come back center, swing the hips side to side, making sure nothing is painful. Now, usually one symptom of pregnancy is your carpal tunnel syndrome, something in the wrist, because it might inflame. So this is something that you can try doing when you have something on your wrist. So wrist rotations, plant the hands, open the fingers out wide, nothing too much, maybe like 60 to 70%. And then slowly, we're just gonna rock forward and back, like so. You can take your hands a little bit near the knees if this is too much. Pair it with the breath, inhales and exhales, equal amounts or longer exhales here. And then see if you can swing side to side also. Or if you're more open, rolling clockwise and counterclockwise, navigate the weight in all parts of your hands, your palms, your finger pads, your knuckle pads. Yeah. Go switch to the opposite side once you feel that you're more open. Yes. And slowly, once you're through with that, next one is to go to a seat towards your heels. So if this is not an option, sitting on your heels like this, first off, you can find a pillow at the back of your thighs, like this one. And then take a seat like this. Or you can find your pillows, your blocks. Maybe find 2 or 1, like that. Lowest setting or middle setting, find it at the middle of your ankles and take a seat like this, yeah? And then maybe take your knees together or wide, up to you. Take your clasp hands, rolling forward. Maybe find a figure 8 or palms together. Open the palms to the face and then roll it down and around, like so. So this is one thing also that you might want to do even without the whole yoga practice itself, that if you feel that there's something on the wrist already and you can still try to release any tension. But if there's any poking pain already, you might as well consult your medical professional so that you can be guided. Yeah, always with precaution. Whenever you do this, maybe you can pair it with a breath. Inhale and exhale. Yes, once you're done with that, shake it. And then let's go to your next one. This is your child's pose. So if you haven't done a child's pose at all before, this is what it usually looks like. Knees wide and then reaching your hands forward and down. Yes, if you are on the flexi side and you have been doing child's poses before, Try to find the right modifications if this is your first time. First one would be, again, pillow or blankets. Roll it towards the thighs like this so that you can take a seat there. And then take your knees wide so you can make some space for the baby, for the belly there in between. Yes? Then reach your hands forward. And then forehead will ground down first. Keep reaching and then find your forearms down as well. So this is your modified child's pose. If you think this is not an option for today, you can find blocks. Maybe place it on the forehead like that as you reach forward. Maybe middle setting also if you want. Or you can find another one towards your chest like this so you can find support. Yeah? So any option that can really allow you to be one with the body. As you notice how you breathe, see if there's any opening on the hips here that you're feeling a little bit more release and relief. If there's any tension there, if you have been sitting or lying down for so long, this will feel really good. Also on the lower back. Notice if your head can surrender more. It's like stamping your armpit towards the ground. Sometimes it feels like that. Maybe keeping the reach on your fingertips towards the front of the mat so you can allow the side bodies open. Close your eyes and stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then slowly release. How do you release? Lift the head, lift the gaze, take your hands to the sides one by one. And then take a seat. Release the blocks. Come to your tabletop. If you put something there on your legs, put them on this side. A little bit of relief. Swing side to side if you can. Yes. Next one would be your downward facing dog, your very first one. If you haven't done a down dog before, I'm going to go and try to navigate you through that, but I will assume that you have been doing yoga already for you to understand how your down dog works. So notice if your wrists are not doing good today, you can turn them out wide if your shoulders are also tight, as if your index fingers are pointing to the top of your mat like this. So step your hands one forward. And then we're going to tuck the toes. This time, instead, with your usual downward facing dog where your feet are hip width distance apart, you want to take it a little bit wider here. So just maybe a step wider, and then we'll navigate through that later if we need more. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Yeah? If you feel that your hamstrings and your calves are not doing good for today, keep your heels lifted. Bend the knees. You want to make sure you're strong on the upper body here, so keep pressing the hands to the ground. Shoulders really elevated first, and then try to externally rotate them as if your armpits want to see each other caving in. Yes. Keep the knees bent. If again this is too much, if you want to find movement here, so you can lengthen the legs, bend one to the side of the belly as the opposite heel grounds down. And then do one on the opposite side. Yes. Again, you can take your feet wider. If you need a little bit more, you can also shorten the stance if this is too much. Again, your down dog right now in your journey is so much different from the down dog that you may have been doing before. So feel free and really find space to navigate on how your body is going to through this journey. Taking 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Yeah, you want to look in between your hands. Bend the knees if it's not bent yet. We're going to step towards the front at the back of our wrists like this. Yes. A little bit wider than usual. Use your blocks, your thick blocks if you don't have that. Anything that can allow you to be supported in your hands today. So this is your modified forward fold. So if this is not okay, go ahead and find middle setting. If you have more, always bend the knees if this is too much. Yes. Maybe gaze through the legs if the body invites. Allow all of your upper body to feel heavy. Maybe swing side to side with hips. Or find stillness. Close the eyes. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice how you're feeling. If you feel like you can't really fall down, you can always look forward. I know it can get dizzy at some point, so breathing in and breathing out is the best way to do this. Last 3, 2, last one here. You got this. And then slowly, let's release. So if you have been doing yoga, standing up is really easy for you before, but this time we're going to be really, really gentle. So I want you to bend your knees, somewhat like finding your Utkatasana or your chair pose, and then curve the back like you're doing your cat earlier, and then simply rise. Ground onto your toes as you softly find yourself on your stand. Awesome. Take your hands onto the side, keeping the feet wide or taking them hip width distance apart now. And then take your hands on your hips, or one hand to your heart, another to the belly once more. Close your eyes and really notice how you breathe. This is a different journey that we're headed into. If this is not the first time you have done this, for sure, it kind of feels the first time again. So really finding grace and really finding self-compassion and kindness to your body and to yourself is one thing that we need to nurture when we are in this. One big inhale through the nose. One big exhale out the mouth. Let it go. Open your eyes, hands onto the sides. Let's make some palm trees today. So stepping the feet hip width distance or even more narrow if you want. Let's take your hands, clasp them, and then slowly palms will face towards the sky like this. Yes? Just if your pinkies want to touch an invisible wall to the back. So really pressing your palms to the sky. Shoulders will gently shrug to the ears. Notice if you can keep the straight spine here. And then slowly we're just gonna swing side to side. So first to the right, nothing too much. You can take your hips moving towards the left side. You can bend the right knee also if you want some more, but it's not an option. Or it's not a progression, it's just an option. Come back center. And then do it on the opposite side. Boop the right hip to the right side. Palm tree will swing to the left. One more right like that. Inhale, lengthen. And then boop to the right. Come back center and then towards the left side. Reaching back to where we began. And then bend the elbows, release. Yes, shaking shoulders and arms. If that was too much, don't forget to breathe. All right. Next time, clasp your hands towards the back, palms together, or maybe not. Keep the bend on the elbows. Roll the shoulders down and back. Lift the heart to the sky. Nothing too much here on all of your body. It's just isolating this movement at the front of the shoulders. Reach your heart option. Gaze forward or gaze to the sky. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look forward and then release. Shake, shake, shake. Let's do some modified sun salutations today. Again, if you have been doing yoga, this might be easy for you. If this is your first time, I'll navigate you through it. Let's go and do it together. All modified right now. Let's go and try. Inhale. Urdhva hands in prayer to the sky. Gaze can follow the thumbs or maybe just keep looking forward if you feel dizzy today. On your exhale, chin to chest, open the palms to the sides. You want to hinge from the hips, bend the knees here, really, really slow as you navigate your hands towards the blocks that we have done before. If reaching the floor is not good today, you can take your feet wider than the hips. Keep a good bend on the knees all the time, yes? Halfway lift, strong back look forward. Exhale, release, fold down. Release the blocks onto the sides. And then, slowly, we're going to step the left foot towards the back, finding your modified low lunge. So hands can stay down to the ground or spider fingers parallel to the right foot. It's somewhat like a lizard lunge because the right foot is outside instead of inside the hands. Bend the left knee down, open the heart here. So if this is too much, lift the hips, take your left knee a little bit near the front of the mat. Yes, if you want a little bit more opening on the hip, left knee will come far. Open, stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look down, plant the hands here. Lift the knee. Now we're gonna step back, downward facing dog. Again, take your feet wide. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Gazing forward towards your hands. If your heels are not down, always keep it lifted. Bend the knee, step forward towards the front, or maybe just here, behind the wrists. Inhale, look forward. Again, you can find your blocks already. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, fold down. Inhale, we're slowly going to rise. So take your hips low, maybe in line with your knees as you slowly come up to your stand. Hands in prayer to the sky. Maybe gaze will follow, or just keep looking forward. And exhale, hands to the heart. And then to the side. Let's do that one more round. Inhale, Urdhvastasana, hands up to the sky. Lengthen the side bodies. Exhale, fold down. Uttanasana, hinge from the hips, bend the knees, fold down. Halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, this time, right foot will step to the back. Release the block onto the side, place your hands onto the floor, maybe spider fingers. Right knee will ground down, spider fingers on your hands, open your heart. Keep the length. Find the modification on this side. If this side might be too tight, take your right knee forward. If you want a little bit more, take it back. Really up to you. Left knee away from the body so you can find more space in the belly. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look down. Release the palms down. Release the knees. Step back. Downward facing dog. Awesome. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Look forward. Heels are up. If it's not there yet, bend the knee, step forward, or maybe just behind the wrists again. Halfway lift, inhale, and then exhale to fold. Inhale, slowly rise. So bend the knees, hinge the hips. Slowly come towards your stand. Hands will reach up high once you're there. Exhale, hands in prayer to the heart, and then slowly to the side. So Mastiti. Let's go and finish your practice today towards the floor once more, finding ourselves in our Baddha Konasana. So how do you do this? Go to the floor once more, and I have my blocks here with me. We're just gonna find our body lying down. If you want, you can go and lie down, but it's not really as suggested. We usually say in the second trimester, you always have to lean in towards your left side. But in your Baddha Konasana, where your heart is gonna face sky, this is what I like to do. Blocks, one highest setting, another middle setting like this. This is where we're gonna place our middle back. This is where we're gonna place our head. Yeah, this is one thing that you can do. If you have been doing yoga and this feels comfortable enough, you can try this. Maybe thick books or throw pillows, something that can be on a recline. You can find a pillow or your bolster. Place it like this. You can find as many as you can, maybe 2 or 3, another here on the hips where you can sit down. You can even find a blanket here on your bum. Again, if you feel like sitting down on the floor is not an option for today. Yes? So how do you go to this pose? I'm gonna go and take a seat here at the edge of that pillow. Plant my feet here, bend on the knees all the time, hands onto the side. I'm gonna lean into one side so I can navigate my middle back towards that block, and then go and find both sides, and then place my head there on the ground. Yes, this feels and this looks really, really comfortable. Hands onto the side, you can navigate the blocks up to the best part of your head and your back. If you feel like it's not stable, go to the side and make sure that it's stable. You want to stay here for a long time. Yeah. So once you feel that you've already find stability on your props, go ahead. Option to just take your hands onto the side. If you want more opening at the shoulders, you can take your hands towards outside edges of your mat, palms facing up. Yes, this is already good enough also for your feet with it bent. You have an option. Take your feet to the edges of your mat, and then knees will come together at the center. This is your most restful state, you don't have effort here. Next one is to extend both of your feet towards the front like so. Maybe a soft bend in the knees so you can somehow release any tension there. You want to make this as heavy as you can with your legs. And the next option, if you want more hip opening for today, plant the feet together as you open your knees to the side. Since we're going to stay here for long, you can find another pair of blocks or pillows or bolsters onto the sides of your knees if your knees are super heavy in this pose. Yes? So it's just an option. Find any that will support your body as it feels right now. Maybe take one hand to your heart again, another to your belly, rub it or find stillness in the hand. Maybe close your eyes here for a few moments and really find yourself in a space where you can notice your inhales and your exhales. Inhale to deepen awareness in the body. Exhale, release all the tension that is not serving us good anymore in our journey. Something that we are carrying in our heart and our minds that we think is not going to help us moving forward. Relax the shoulders. Relax your hips. This is one good moment to cultivate a dialogue with your baby. Finding gratitude for your amazing body. Finding gratitude for your feet, your legs. Say thank you to your hips, your strong pelvic floor, your strong back, your chest, your heart, your shoulders. Gratitude for your neck, gratitude for your face, gratitude for your head, gratitude for every single part of your body that allows you to go forward in this journey. It's a privilege to be well, so let us take time to be grateful for everything that is happening around us and within us. Soften the face, relax the shoulders. Notice how you feel at this moment. Notice where the head is at. Notice where the heart is at. See if you can navigate both of them here in your now, not anywhere else, so that you can fully be present as you go through this process. Once you're ready to come back to your present moment, begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bring awareness to the eyes. Once you're ready, on your next breath, open the eyes. Welcome yourself back. Releasing your hands towards your legs. If you did them wide, slowly pull them back in. Very, very gentle. Stepping the feet wide. Leaning towards the hands. Take your chin to your chest. Lean into one side. And then lift the upper body. And then slowly take a seat. Go back to the seat. That seat that we held when we started this practice. Again, let's close your practice today by taking one hand to your heart. Another on top of that. Bow down as if gazing into your own heart or gazing to your belly. finding gratitude for everything that is happening in your process and your journey today. Namaste. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through practice for today. I'll see you soon.